Starting from the previous episode, when the angels descended to take wives from among the daughters of men, they shattered the boundary between heaven and earth. Their union bore fruit, but not as heaven intended. The Watchers, now dwelling openly among humans, lived as kings and sages. They appeared radiant and powerful, and humans, not understanding what they truly were, worshipped them as gods. Each angel took for himself a wife, and from those unions came children. But these were not normal children. They were Nephilim, beings of unnatural strength and size, part angel and part human. They grew at an astonishing rate. By the time they were adolescents, they were giants, towering over the tallest of humanity. First, they were seen as blessings, mighty protectors of their clans, great warriors, hunters, and rulers. Tribes bowed to them. Cities were built around them. Their names became legend, but as their power grew, so did their appetite. The Nephilim began consuming more than their share. Their hunger was unnatural. When the food of men no longer satisfied them, they began devouring livestock in massive numbers. Soon, they turned to human flesh. They consumed all the possessions of men, Enoch later wrote, and when men could no longer sustain them, the giants turned against them and devoured mankind. Entire villages were left in ruin. The ground shook beneath their footsteps. Where they walked, forests fell, rivers dried, and blood ran like water. Questioned what happens when divine law is broken. This is that story playing out across worlds. They warred among themselves, too. The sons of angels were not only mighty, they were vain, jealous, and cruel. Battles between rival Nephilim destroyed towns and ravaged fertile lands. What began as a mysterious blessing had become a plague. Meanwhile, the Watchers continued teaching mankind skills that were never meant to be known at this time. Enchantments and sorcery, meant to manipulate spirits and deceive the senses. Astrological secrets, used to read the heavens for selfish gain. Not divine wisdom. Root cutting and potion making, once reserved for angels of healing, now taught to corrupt the body and spirit. Women used charms and magic to seduce. Men used blades and spells to conquer. The balance of the natural world was unraveling. Instead of wisdom, humanity had been given tools of destruction, and they were not ready for it. The earth itself began to groan. Blood soaked the ground. Forests died. Rivers were polluted. Animals turned aggressive and strange. The harmony of creation had been torn apart. And the souls of the slain, the victims of the Nephilim and the sins of the Watchers, began to cry out. Their voices rose before the throne of heaven, pleading for justice. The earth could no longer remain silent. Even the heavens began to weep. In the midst of all this, one man stood apart, a righteous man named Enoch, seventh from Adam. He lived simply, close to the land, walking daily in communion with the Creator. One night, Enoch was taken in a vision. He saw the Watchers in their true form, corrupted and heavy with guilt. He saw the Nephilim tearing through the world like storms. He saw the sorrow of heaven and the approach of a terrible judgment. And then he heard a voice. Enoch, scribe of righteousness, go and speak to the Watchers, who have defiled themselves with the daughters of men. Tell them their time is short. The judgment has begun. High in the heavens, the archangels stood before the face of God. Michael the warrior, Raphael the healer, Gabriel the messenger, Uriel the keeper of light. The Lord spoke to them with fire and authority. Go now, bind the fallen ones, cast judgment on the giants, cleanse the earth, for it shall not remain corrupted forever. As lightning splits the sky and thunder rolls across the world, Enoch wakes with trembling hands, ready to carry a message of doom to the Watchers. They thought they could rule the earth as gods, but now heaven would answer. The cry of the innocent had reached the throne, and judgment would fall like a storm. Thank you for joining us on this journey through ancient mysteries and forgotten truths. If the story moved you, inspired you, or left you with questions, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone curious like you. Keep questioning, stay inspired, and we'll see you in the next story.